All right, a good Tuesday evening to everybody. KV Chief Meteorologist Hunter Williams here with our nightly extended update on the forecast. And as you can see behind me, a little bit of rain out there. Our rain chance actually overachieved, I would say, today. So let's do a little virtual storm chasing here. This is our tower cam located in Westlake Hills. So right now we're kind of pointed out towards downtown Austin. The rain is kind of passing over Camp Mabry. So hopefully we get a little bit of rain in the rain gauge out there. And you can see it's nothing super widespread or too terribly heavy, but yeah, there's some rain out there. So this is kind of the last little downpour that we have, and I'll show you the radar here in a second. Rain chance quickly is waning for the rest of this evening. Speaking of the evening, we are closing in. We're about, 42 minutes from 8 o'clock, which means we are 42 minutes from sunset tonight. Tonight, I regret to inform you, at least for summer lovers, is going to be our last 8 p.m. sunset of the year. Tomorrow, our sunset goes down to 7:59, so this is our last 8 p.m. sunset until the spring, until April 18th. 2026. I posted on TikTok today about this. I didn't realize people felt so strongly, but a lot of people care about the later sunset time. Again, we do have a little bit of rain out there. Here are the numbers today. Ended up at 98 for Mabry today, 98 as well at the airport. So that was 1 degree above average for this time of the year. Now we are slightly, ever so slightly, rain cooled. It is 93 in Austin right now. Upper 80s, low 90s as you go west into the hill country. Most of the rain today has been over the coastal plains. In fact, I'll show you some of the radar estimated totals real quick. We'll let this pop in. So you can see there actually was some heavy rain, 1 to 3 inches worth out around like the Cistern area down towards Flatonia and right along the I-10 corridor. So yeah, there definitely was some heavy rain. It's been much more spotty though here across the Austin metro. You can see that little outflow boundary came in. Earlier, it had a little bit more downpour activity with it. Now a lot of that has weakened, but here's what we're looking at on our tower cam. So it passed over Camp Mabry. Again, our tower cam, I think, is like right here. So it's passing over like the Westlake area, heading towards Lost Creek and Steiner Ranch. It's much, but a little bit of quick rain out there. Okay, so we've been tracking this cold front, which is now just this loopy, stalled frontal boundary, which is more and more diffuse, meaning the temperature gradient it is providing is not as substantial now. But on the warmer, muggier side of this front, we've had these showers and downpours today. And then even tomorrow, as this front kind of washes out, it's still going to be kind of close enough to us in there enough that we have some more scattered showers in store in the forecast for your Wednesday. In fact, even more widespread than what we had today. So as we go through the rest of this evening, again, our rain chance quickly is winding down. The rest of the overnight will be dry. Here's tomorrow morning, mainly just low clouds, and then as we heat things up heading into the mid and late afternoon, even the early afternoon, we bubble up some of these showers and downpours, and yeah, you can see it's a more widespread rain chance tomorrow. It's about a 30 to 40%, but even with that, I'm not expecting flooding, not expecting severe weather, but just want to give you a heads up. We'll have some rain around out there. Rain chances as we move forward. So there's a 30% for Wednesday. Thursday is going to go dry, and then Friday, we have another cold front, this time one that I think is in a better position to actually move through our area. So Friday, a 20% chance for rain as the front comes through, then a higher 30% for Saturday, Sunday. I actually could see some of these numbers going up over the weekend, especially for Saturday. But as of now, still a little bit of inconsistency in the model, so I'm kind of keeping things low. But I could see those rain chances boosting a little bit. 7-day high temperature forecast. 95 tomorrow, or one day in the mid-90s, upper 90s Thursday, 100 on Friday, and then our front tries to move through, and I think it will this time. Again, it's an early season front, so don't plan on anything too wild happening here, but we're looking at low 90s Saturday, Sunday, Monday, then rebounding a little bit by the middle of next week. One other thing I was trying to point out today, it's possible. Now, I don't want to guarantee this. We can still have triple digits into like October here in Central Texas, but there's a chance that this Friday could be our last triple-digit day. That'd be nice. But yeah, low 90s, maybe upper 80s if we're lucky for afternoon highs over the Labor Day weekend. Here's kind of the play-by-play on this front. Timing, here's 8 a.m. on Friday. Friday's forecast with 100 in the forecast would involve compressional heating right ahead of the front. So just ahead of early season fronts like this, the temperature often spikes. So that's why I even have gone a little bit above some of the guidance for Friday. Then the front It brings like a 20% rain chance Friday afternoon, Friday evening. We'll keep an eye on that for high school football games. I certainly don't think it's like a washout, but Saturday I actually think brings a better rain chance as that front kind of loses steam and stalls down to our south. So this means we could have a rain chance in play for some of our Saturday evening football games. I know Texas State hosting Eastern Michigan. I think they've got a 7 p.m. kickoff. Could be some rain around. And then likewise, it looks a little bit better out in College Station for Texas A&M and UTSA. But again, we could have some rain around Central Texas. How much rain are we talking about? Well, European model, actually, it's been going back and forth. It's actually trimmed down now. It's not showing anything too crazy. And the GFS model has gone up. It just depends on where that front stalls and how strong it is when it gears. So tough to say, but I would say generally our rain chances today have been trending up a little bit through the weekend. That may even involve a flood risk, a low-end flood risk of some kind. This goes out through Friday. You can see Friday night, they actually do clip parts of our northern and northeastern areas with a low-end marginal risk for locally heavy rain and flooding. Game day forecast still looks perfect in Columbus, 65 at kickoff. I'm jealous. Wish I was going to be there. Texas State hosting Eastern Michigan in San Marcos, 7 p.m. Thinking about 87 with a 30% chance for rain. So again, want to watch that. Could have rain in play. And likewise for Texas A&M, UTSA, and College Station at Kyle Field. I think the rain chance looks a little bit lower, like a 20% there, but still we'll keep an eye on that. 6 kickoff a little earlier, so a little hotter there, like upper 80s or so at kickoff. All right, here's the 7-day forecast. 95 tomorrow, 30% chance for rain. Thursday, 99. Friday, 100, a 20%, and that front's going to move through, and that will drop us not to anything frigid, but down to the low 90s. And again, even those numbers, if you guys watch this, you probably know how I forecast. I'm pretty conservative with these fronts at the early stage. You know, I have some guidance that's saying maybe it can be like upper 80s for highs, especially Saturday, Sunday. So those numbers, we'll play around with those a little bit as we go over the next couple of days and we fine-tune the forecast and get into some high-res data. We'll start to get some data from the NAM tomorrow, so that will help us figure out that part of our forecast. But yeah, that's what we're tracking. All right, going to take a break. Leave with this live view from our tower cam. We had a little rain pass over not too long ago. Next update from me is going to be KVUE News at 10 o'clock. We'll see you in about 2.5 hours. Have a good night.